Bien les mains les miso, batala.
I was born into slavery, deprived of any right, of any faith. I was sold, traded for labor, forced to watch the suffering, treated like a beast of burden. With no future ahead of me, I forged my own, and I knew blood would be the price. I never looked back, never wanted to, never had to, until now.
Hello and welcome to Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. As part of celebrating the 10th anniversary of Black Flag, this Phase 4 assassin-focused playthrough also includes the Freedom Cry DLC as well, which I'll be starting today. Hey Cons, it's going really good, thank you. How about yourself? Hey Lidus, I'm going well, thanks dude. How about you? You just jumped in to see and lurk for support. Cry the freedom. Going to be a lot of machetes going into slave owners' flesh, that's for sure. Glad to hear that you're doing well, Lidus. That's awesome, dude. Thanks for coming in to leave the lurk as well. Muchly appreciated. So we're going to start a new game file for this, of course. And there will be some memories where there will be optional objectives that I'll worry about and some that I won't, just like in the main game. So not doing every optional objective that's in the game, just the ones that I feel are the most assassin-like as well. I'll be synchronizing all the viewpoints. I don't think there's any assassin contracts, so I don't need to worry about those. So I'll also need to do some grinding to upgrade the ship a little bit as well. You going great, Cons? Oh, that's good. You're playing some AC Mirage. You're playing some AC Mirage. That's cool. Yeah, I've been playing it offline. Haven't been streaming it because I want to see what it's like from start to finish before I decide if I want to, add it to my list of games in the series I actually replay. So far, the only game that I don't replay is Rogue in the series. But I am enjoying Mirage, what I've played up to so far.
The parcel is with the Templar Admiral on the lead ship, Captain. Once he gives the orders, it will be lost.
The parcel itself is less interesting than its intended recipient. Let's eliminate this errand boy, Admiral, and unmask the true Templar threat. When I became an assassin, I swore to leave piracy behind. But the old methods have served the Creed more than once.
Everything is permitted after all, Captain.
Aye, and often it is necessary.
Fire!
Get that door backing!
Crowd on every inch of sail!
Mortars!
Not worried about the optional objectives for this memory, but if I get them, I get them. If I don't, it doesn't matter.
Taking a hit! Stay out the way!
Fire!
That's their weak spot! Take the fire! Awaiting orders! Right there, Captain! Here it comes!
Fire!
Caution!
Fire!
Shoot at the mines! Use them against that!
Fire!
Yes!
Fire!
There, Captain! Here it comes!
Fire!
Steady!
Fire!
Weakest right there!
Fire!
We can't take
Fire!
on those guns!
Fire!
They've hit us!
Trim the yards off the wind! Fire!
Oui, passez!
Fire!
Con's finally an AC game with more than one or two assassins in it. Yeah. Yeah, it is good for Mirage for them to do that.
Give me...
The music in that game is fucking amazing too, like holy shit.
Hole in the stunsails!
Muzzle them all!
Get them in!
Hey snakes, how's things?
Il ouvrira bientôt les ailes. Venez-le vers les renforts. Attaquez de côté.
Oh, you've been sick, Snakes? Oh, that really sucks that you're feeling sick. I hope you feel better soon. Been playing Mirage more. It's a lot of fun. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. I really like it a lot at the moment. There's some things here and there that, you know, like, I could sort of, like, say aren't that, like, it's not really a bad thing overall, but the skills. There's some skills that I like the sound of, but they're locked behind skills that I'm not that interested in. So I haven't been using any skills. I've got 9 skill points since the start of that, and I haven't actually used any yet. I want to wait till I have heaps of points, then I can just unlock the ones that I want by getting through the ones that I don't really need. Hey Talion, good morning to you, dude. We still need to restore the creed. Yeah, it's not like the back to the roots thing. They should say more. We've taken some elements from the roots of the series. Should be what it is, not because some people have fallen for the hype of it being a return to the roots, which it isn't 100%. Number one, there's no manual climb leap. There's no manual jumping. But I'm liking it though.
Is anyone in charge here? What traitor attack? Just keep your eye and be ready for anything. Stay below, sir.
Snakes, you're going to say, but at least you can reset them whenever you want to. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely good. There's some that you can't, but I think they're the ones related to unlocking your tools.
Cet idiot, tu ne nous échapperas pas. Là, tu rêves, l'ami.
Stan, there has to be a reason for them to insistently assign the same button for assassination and attack. There has to be. Yeah, I did a little bit of looking in the controls. Crocodiles posted in Discord about changing some controller button, and I did some as well. I changed it so that the sprint is the same button as the old school games to hold down to make the character run. And I've made it a hold action, not a pressing action. I've made the eagle vision pressing in the left control stick, like it is in a lot of the other games. I changed the assassination to triangle, and I had to change the pickpocket to a different button, so it is a bit awkward still, changing buttons around, but I've changed it so that the assassinate button is separate from the attack button.
Bastien Joseph, Port-au-Prince. What business do Templars have there?
Captain! More French vessels at our tail!
Too many! We'll retreat through the storm!
We will be smashed ashore!
A worse fate awaits if we let this land in Templar hands!
Aye, Captain! Captain! This...
Rescue yourselves! I must stay with the ship!
No, I will stay with you!
Take some damage here!
Get close! They draw ever closer! They are gaining on us!
Starboard, Captain! Spout! Real twister, Captain!
Reef the topsails and gallants! Loose and catch the wind!
Move, sailor! Loose tops and royals!
Close on! Ease a sticks!
And wherefore the deep?
Loose mainsails! Tops, gallants, royal studs!
Here it comes!
Captain, there's no hope!
Rescue yourselves! I must stay with the ship!
Snake, do you think
No,
your only
I will
actual
stay
quirk
with
with the
you.
game is the combat? Like, why is the window for parrying so small and then you have another enemy doing an unparable attack at the same time?
They're closing in!
Yeah, I'd say if you prefer your combat to stealth in Mirage, you're not going to have a good time.
They draw ever closer!
I've taken on like 4 enemies at once, but it does get a bit difficult to keep track of every single enemy's movement and timing and attacks after a while. So if you want to add extra challenge to your combat, then the game does that naturally. But yeah, they've definitely designed it with stealth players more in mind than combat only players. Colin, I feel you, dude. Hope you're doing well. We've only seen little bits of the new Creed game, but you're always going to want to hear your opinion on it. Yeah, Tyler, and that's the thing, right? Like, I don't think they're ever going to return 100% back to the elements of the old school games. And when people say that, most say, oh, so you want all the glitches back. It's like, of course not. You know, like, I don't want the game to just be stuck in 2007 when the first game came out. You know, you still want to have improvements and you still want different things to be added. But I am doing well, Talian. Hope you are as well. Alright, so in this playthrough of Freedom Cry, like with the main game of Black Flag for the Assassin focus, there's only some optional objectives that I've chosen that I absolutely must get as part of the playthrough. Others, if I get them as well, it doesn't matter. And if there's ones that I don't get, which aren't the ones that I'm after, it doesn't matter either. Hey there, Tech, welcome on in. I haven't finished Outlast yet, no. I died 14 times and had to start from the start that many times so far. But I got further on the 14th attempt than I did on the 13th attempt. And having a look at how many chapters there are, I actually got up to chapter 6 out of 8. So that's not too bad for about 5 hours worth of trying to get through on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, I might get it on Monday, you never know. And no, I haven't actually played it, but I saw some of the RoboCop demo tech. Saw some of it, and it's interesting. I love how you can grab. I love how you can grab enemies and grab them by the throat and then throw them. That was pretty cool. Snakes, when are you going to start streaming Mirage? I want to play it all the way through offline first before I decide fully. It's looking good though. It's looking promising as a game for me to replay. But I've been bitten in the past before with games that started off well, but then towards the end they ruin things. So we'll just have to wait and see. Take this storm as one of the best parts of this game. Yeah, it's quite difficult too to get out of the vacuum of the water spout as well when you're trying to maneuver around. Snakes, yeah, and the stealth is good too, so it's not a real issue, just annoyance at time. That's true, yeah. I mean, there's still been some annoying things with like aiming at an enemy's head, throwing the knife, and then the enemy's like, ugh, and then just keeps on going, and it's like the game has registered it as a body hit, not as a head hit. Tyler, makes sense though, and you're doing well too, thanks. Well, that's great to hear, Tyler, and especially too on the weekend as well, dude. But yeah, you still want improvements to happen. You don't want a series to be stuck in the same way it was done 100%. But there's just certain elements that you can still improve upon while keeping. You don't have to throw them all out. Hey there, Brutus. I hope things are going well. How's things going? Snakes, that makes sense. Yeah, but it's looking promising though, because so far I'm happy with the story as well as it's been going, and it's good to see Basim in a different part of his life, and he was a character that I really liked in Valhalla, so it was good to actually go and for them to go back in time a bit. Hey there, Harbinger. Thanks for leaving the lurk. I hope your workout goes well. That's good, Brutus. I'm glad to hear things are going well. You're just sleepy, are you? Well, hopefully get some good sleep next time you go to sleep. And as for me, I'm doing well. Things are going good. Played some more Mirage off stream before I started this one. Been playing through the game, and I actually spent a lot of hours. I think I'm up to 12 hours worth of gameplay already, and I've hardly ever, I haven't really done much. I haven't even assassinated the first main target yet. I've just been going around exploring, getting things, and all that kind of stuff. Just feeling out the game world as well. I'm not doing like 100% off stream or anything like that, but I was just doing a lot of stuff just to see and go through the story as well. And then when I finish, I'll be able to say then whether I want to actually play it or not.
Sale truie! Non! Ça te coûtera une oreille!
Bah, John.
Templar can wait. This woman must not suffer.
Arrête de courir, salope, ou je te tronche les deux oreilles! Non!
Oh, merci, bon Dieu. Désolé. I have nothing to offer but thanks.
Nothing else is needed. As a boy, I fled the same fate.
Why would you risk recapture?
Men of principle know the bigger risk is to turn away. I'm looking for Bastian Joseph. Do you know her?
Moi-même, pas qu'on elle. But any fine gentleman may lead you to her. Too late for this one. Find another in town.
The thanks is now mine. Do you have a place of refuge?
My family waits in the mountains. Demon, Gemon.
Que Dieu soit avec vous.
Hey there, AC. Welcome on in. Thanks for the raid recommendation. Hope your day treated you well. It really did, AC. Yeah. How's your weekend going so far? Snakes, you don't know. Maybe you need to progress more, but Basim's character feels incomplete, like there's no motive behind his actions. But it is just to set up Loki. Yeah. I mean, I think too, like, so far, the way that they're doing the story, it's like, up front, they establish, you know, what kind of personality he has. And early on, they sort of, like, give you bits and pieces of what he's struggling with internally, you know, his nightmares and stuff. And then once he actually decides he wants to join the hidden, like when he actually starts the initiation for the hidden ones, I think the story purposely just wants the story to be focused on him as a like as an initiate assassin and going through the process and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure that it will start to kick into gear a bit more towards that. Stan, just put concealed blade into the bad guy. It's not that hard. Exactly. Which is what they deserve. So the commands that I put in for traditional, that's still left over from when I did a music-focused playthrough with this game in Phase 2 of celebrating the game's 10th anniversary. So the songs that you hear throughout the story, throughout the DLC, the traditional ones have been done by La Troupe Macandal, which is actually a really interesting group. If you go and look up them online, they've got like a YouTube channel and everything. So I've still got some commands left over from that playthrough of the different music and stuff that's in this DLC. It's really, really great music. I love what they did. One of the things I'm doing as part of this playthrough as well is synchronizing the viewpoints. Where's this? Plantations. Won't be able to go there yet, I don't think. Tech, you're really enjoying the combat so far. You're good at headshots, and they make a satisfying sound effect when you burst ahead. If they give you a flamethrower like in Robocop 3, you're going to lose it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, Robocop with his sidearm. Like, I don't know, if I was playing that game, no doubt I would probably play through the whole game just with that weapon. Because it is pretty iconic.
Tu veux tous nous faire tuer?
Snakes, you will say it's stupid they don't let you retrieve your knives after throwing them. Yeah, I think that's actually tied to a skill. But I mean, there's also throwing knives in those chests that show up in gold in Eagle Vision that you can find around, and also obviously you can go and restock them at your thing. But yeah, I think to actually pick up the throwing knives off an enemy you've killed, you have to get a skill for it or something. Snake. So basically they didn't know what to put in the skill tree. The thing about the skill tree in Mirage is it's a big breath of fresh air after Valhalla's. Which after a while, Valhalla's skill tree looks like a friggin' minefield. It's just overkill.
Va-t'en avant que j'appelle la garde.
Arrête! Personne ne se moque de la loi chez moi. Tu ne peux pas t'enfuir. Reviens ici. J'ai mieux à faire.
Pas avant qu'on t'y oblige.
Tech, the story is set between 2 and 3, so anything is possible. Even Nuke the Drug is making a reappearance. You haven't finished the demo yet, but it'll keep you busy for another month. You think you'll watch the trilogy again? If you're feeling enthusiastic, you'll even consider that a 4th movie was made. Yeah, when I watched the demo being played of RoboCop Rogue City, it was funny too, like, and this might be a spoiler kind of thing, but there's this funny side mission that you can do at the police station as RoboCop, which is something I wouldn't expect to see him do, you know? Snakes, well, it was supposed to look like the Tree of Life. Yeah. I mean, that may very well be the case. But gameplay-wise, it's very annoying having to try and find where a skill was that you saw earlier that you might have wanted to get. Trying to figure out where you actually found it when you got like 200 things that you can upgrade with the skills, but... The timing of the whoa in the music and the dude going ah.
Reste là.
Je ne souhaite pas ta présence ici.
Tech, you really like how everyone says Valhalla is too big. You like stuff like that. You like to explore and get lost. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games where if you want to just play the story, it's very, very difficult to just play the story without having to, you know, level up a lot. Which is why I think the fact it doesn't have New Game Plus is a big, big mistake on Ubisoft's part. And their excuse was that the way that the game was designed from the beginning meant that they couldn't do New Game Plus. And it's like, well, design the game from the beginning to do New Game Plus then. They were teasing it for a while and saying, oh yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to figure out how to do New Game Plus. And then after 2 years, they were like, meh, we can't do it because the way the game was designed from the ground up meant that we couldn't. It's like, what excuse is that? It's a poor excuse for not doing something like that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of ground to cover if you want to collect everything and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the story is definitely time consuming. Sometimes it takes about 2 hours to do one story arc, depending on what you're doing as well. But don't get me wrong, I don't hate the game or anything, it's just that I think that 2 years worth of extra content is definitely enough. But for Red, the Japanese game, they want to actually do 3 years worth of content after release, and I'm like, just stop. You may as well do another game instead. As well as that. Snake's looking at the starting skills like, why do you need to buy a skill to push someone after a parry? Low-key, you think Cassandra could make an appearance in the credits? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised, Snakes. Would not be surprised. Can't have, Aveline appearing again, or... I mean, obviously not in the time period sense, but in general, can't have Aveline return, can't have Xiao Jun return, can't have Evie return, can't have Aya/Eminette return. Cassandra's the only female character that exists in the series, apparently. That's important anyway. But there's just some things in franchises that you just have to accept will never happen. Tech, or did you mean escorting the drunk? Can't New Game Plus sounds lazy to you. 3 years. Technically GTA had support for 10 years with the DLC we never got being made into online missions. Yeah. And I imagine they probably decided to do it that way because they're like, oh, we can spread it out a bit further as well. But yeah, it was a lazy sort of excuse. For a game like that too, like, you would have thought that they would have been like, right, for Origins, we had New Game Plus. For Odyssey, we had New Game Plus. So how about for Valhalla, we have New Game Plus. So let's design it from the beginning to be able to do it. Apparently they didn't think that. And so it's like, we can't do New Game Plus. Snakes, oh lol, you thought they had learned their lesson after the mess that happened with Dawn of Ragnarok. Isn't the Japan game for mobile too? Like, what content can you get for 3 years? Oh no, Stakes, no, that's I think that's already come out, that one. That was Jade. That was set in China. But the AC Red is by the same people who did Odyssey. And it's going to be another open world RPG. Male and female protagonist. The rumor is, though, this time that they're going to be 2 separate characters in the same narrative. It's not going to be like it has been with Odyssey, apparently. One's a ninja and one's a samurai. So it'll be another game where you're not playing as an actual assassin, but then you got one that's going to be set during the witch trials in Germany, and that one is being written by Darby McDevitt.
You need to take shelter until the day is done.
Alright, we got the rope dart pouch. In this DLC, you don't have to get materials to get your rope dart pouch, smoke bomb pouch, dart pouch, blunderbuss ammo pouch. You just need to save a certain amount of slaves, and then you'll unlock that as a reward, and then you just go to your merchant and you just select it to unlock it or activate it. I may as well grab these chests, not because I want to get all of them in this playthrough, but it'll be handy to have as much money as possible because I still need to do some upgrading for the Experto Cride, which is Adewale's ship. Tech, you still haven't finished Odyssey? Still gold on that one? I really think that they should have given that a different name. I don't mind doing stories set in the same universe in Assassin's Creed. Like, if you, like, for example, if you want to do a game set in the Assassin's Creed universe and you want it to take place in a certain time period, covering a certain point in history in a location around the world, you can still do that and have it be part of the same universe, but not have it be a thing where, like, for example, you could have it where you set the game in a certain part of the world, like, let's say through the time of King Arthur, for example. You set the game back then, and you just have a story that operates on its own, but you have references to the wider world, and you might have a character say, I saw them on the rooftop very quickly, but they wore a hood, and they ran off. You know, just things like that. And actually have glimpses of assassins, you know, in the distance. But just have it as Easter eggs and references to actually tell you, this is in the same universe, you know, that kind of stuff. But then the problem there is, what do you call it then? Because they want to put Assassin's Creed in the title, because obviously that's the big selling point of the marketing aspect of it, you know. Because you still need to let people know that the game that they're playing is part of the same universe. So in Odyssey's case, for example, they could have just called it, I don't know, Odyssey or something. I don't know. Let's just say they could have just called it Odyssey, not have Assassin's Creed as part of the title. But then, how many people at first glance would know it was part of the same universe? You know, so that's a little bit of a conundrum. Ammunition. Alright, so we unlock the rope dart pouch. So definitely grab that.
Thank you, Captain. Good luck out there.
Tech, you play Ratchet & Clank and casually on the side, and Tomb Raider series on streams. For some reason, the more overpowered your PC gets, the older the games you play are. Oh, really? The big benefit of that would be that it's so powerful of a system that it can handle those games really easily, and loading screens that would normally, back then, take a certain amount of time go by in a blink of an eye. Which is kind of a little bit annoying only for games where there's, like, text that tells you a bit about the next mission, for example. Like in Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, when I would play that, streaming it on my Xbox, the loading screen would go by so quick, it'd be very hard to even read the text. Snake's Odyssey is fun, but you're biased since you're half Greek, lol. And that's fair too, as well. And it's a shame, though, too, that they don't actually have an option to change the spoken language to Greek. Because if they did, I would have so done a playthrough of that game with the Greek language. The Atlantis DLCs were a mess, though. They really were. Like, it's almost like, in some ways, the whole story of Odyssey and the DLCs was done in a way where it's like, one writer wrote one chapter in the story, another wrote the second, but none of them actually compared notes to make sure they were on the same page. It feels a bit disjointed at a lot of parts. Especially the Legacy of the First Blade DLC as well.
This morning, the body of a Roussillon plantation.
Same thing with Mirage not having Arabic, like not even subtitles. They actually do, Snakes. If you go into the options, they've actually got Arabic as a spoken language for Mirage. That was one of the big things that they revealed before the game came out. I should mention too, this is not a stealth challenge either, so if I get detected, it's not like I have to restart the mission or what.
It's not over yet.
Tech, what you believe Ubisoft could do is really delve into the Abstergo and Animus branding. It could be Abstergo Odyssey or Odyssey presented by Abstergo. That way Assassin's Creed has its linear and open world experiences distinguished and inherently different as it's a different point of view. That's actually a really good point, because there's also things that haven't been fully explored in the games with Abstergo as well. Especially their early formation, which happened in the 1930s. So I'm definitely all for them delving further into Abstergo, and that could be a great way. You know, have a spin-off of games that, as you say, is like, you know, Abstergo being the main title, and then whatever story you want to tell with them. Snake, it has it only for voice language, but it works. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Because if I do end up liking the game, I definitely do want to do a replay of the game with the Arabic language, like I've done with Brotherhood and 2 and Brotherhood with the Italian language, and with Unity with the French language. Hey there, the Vicenta. Welcome on in. This is the DLC, yeah. You saw this on sale but never got around to playing it. It's really, really good. It plays like the main game, so there's not really much of a learning curve. And it's just so cool to play as Adewale and see what happened to him after the events of Black Flag. But yeah, definitely recommend this DLC for anyone who might not have played it yet. It's got about 9 memories, so depending on your play style, like whether you worry about optional objectives or whether you worry about collecting stuff, overall it might not take that long. I mean, there is a little bit of grind just for your ship to upgrade it a little bit as well. But not as much as in the main game, though. Although you can spend that amount of time if you want.
Ton compte est bon. Attaquez de côté. Attaquez des deux côtés.
Alright. This will give me some loot. Snakes, you have max notoriety all because they saw you leaving a prison. Lord, they're like an escapee. Get him. It's interesting having the wanted posters back too, because so far I've seen them put in only spots that are like where you would expect them to be, like not high up on a building out of view of people on the street, you know. Nothing ridiculous in the placement of them, which is cool. But it's funny how sometimes Basim makes a comment about how the is like, you know, the things that pass for art these days and things like that when he rips off the poster. You do, Percenter, yeah. Yeah, you got your own ship in this, with its own upgrades. With getting your pouches for your rope darts and smoke bombs and that, you don't have to get materials for it, so there's no hunting aspect in that sense. Actually, no, I don't think there's even any hunting on the out on your ship either in this, but and no sea shanties either. Snake, the poster mechanic is so bad, they're too rare and they don't even show on the map. At least AC2 had the mini-map. Yeah, I mean, they show on your mini-map, I've noticed, but not like from a fair distance away. Probably about, maybe about 90 meters away. Tech, if Ubisoft had made a branch franchise, we'd have the two perspectives, but then also it leaves the present day open. Leaves the present day open, so they could have developed Watch Dogs into present day AC. You'll never get over that mission where you're sneaking around a wrestling match or getting into a skyscraper as Desmond. Peak present day missions for sure. Yeah, I would have liked them to do that more in the series, give you actual missions in present day to go on. And especially as a fan of Splinter Cell, I think it would be a great way to bring in mechanics from the Splinter Cell series into the present day of Assassin's Creed. Snake, they had sea shanties in the Tale of Baghdad. Oh, they did? That's cool.
Il faudrait que quelqu'un qui remette les chiffres. Cet homme a l'esprit dérangé. Il est possédé.
Regardez donc où vous allez.
This first part here is always annoying, trying to pinpoint where the dude is. Sometimes I swear it's glitched, where you have to leave the area and go really far away and then come back and then he'll pop up. So let's try that. Snake, you didn't bother doing them for your own sanity. And that's totally fair too, to pick and choose what content you'd rather do and not, instead of forcing yourself to do it all. Tech Desmond really developed these skills throughout 4 games. He used some of them, but a lot was wasted potential. Yeah, that's the thing too, like, there's definitely a lot of things that they could have done in present day with you playing as Desmond to actually have him go on missions and do various sorts of things. I feel like too, and this wouldn't be for everyone who doesn't like the present day, but I'm sure there's some people out there who don't like the present day because it doesn't seem that exciting. So I think maybe if they actually added some present day missions and added some excitement to those, maybe the players who don't like present day because it's not exciting might have something they could sink their teeth into. But I've always felt a compromise is just to make it all optional, you know, like, if the player doesn't want to care about the present day, then that's fine. Make the stories of present day and the stories of the past completely separate, so that players who do like the present day can enjoy the present day on its own and the story set in the past. And players who don't like the story set in the present don't have to worry, because there won't be any connections in the present day story that need to be known to enjoy the past time period story. Alright, it's on my browser. I've had to reconnect to chat. It's always so fun when you see that message appear in your own thing. There we go. Alright, let's see if this dude will show up now in Eagle Vision. I could have sworn he was pretty much around in this area. Like near a fence. Alright, let's try this. Let's fast travel to the viewpoint nearby, which we can't do. Okay. Fine then, game, we won't do that then. Game's like, no. You can't do that. That's cheating.
Qui est ce gredin? On devrait l'abattre. Pour votre satisfaction, je vais étendre ma fameuse garantie d'1 semaine. What a beautiful bunch of mercenaries.
Alright. Time to do this then. Quit to main menu, then go back in. The Percenti would personally be happy to stay in the Animus throughout the game and not have any Abstergo missions, which is something of a distraction for you. Oh yeah. Yeah. And like, if they had an option at the start when the game loaded up to ask you if you want to play the present day story or not, that would be good too, because then up front, players who don't care for that can choose that option, and then they'll never see any references or anything in the game to, you know, doing that. Take one of the strangest writing decisions you've seen Ubisoft make was when the lady in present-day Origins gets woken up, her friend abducted, Merc's coming to kill her, she screams at the wind, then goes back into the Animus unprotected. That's not bad writing, then you don't know what is. Yeah, and like Abstergo don't send another team in, or anything like that too, so that's a little bit of an oversight. Plus they don't bring, you know, grenades or anything like that, it's just all bow and arrow. There he is, finally.
Mark my words, though. Guzan has eyes only for me. I'm on my way there now to present her with a gift.
Enjoy yourself, sir. And fear not, you'll meet no competition for me. My heart is too weak.
So it was glitched because I went past that part where those slaves are sadly on auction for multiple times and he didn't show up. Percenta, maybe just have present day cutscenes at the beginning and end of storyline set in present day to tie everything up. Yeah, that's another thing that they could do.
The governor wishes you to understand that he takes your concerns seriously.
Tech Abstergo, with their unlimited budget, couldn't kill one untrained assassin cornered in a cave. Boy, if you don't pull the thermal goggles out and shotgun, shaking my head. Yeah. I mean, Layla was, you know, not an assassin at that point, but your point still stands, though, because it's not like she was trained in, you know, in combat in that way. Like, not every Abstergo agent would be doing that kind of thing. Or every employee for Abstergo. But yeah, you'd think they'd go in a bit harder with their operatives and the gear that they used.
Slaves will be safer for it.
Monsieur Gouverneur, if they felt safe at the plantation, do you think they would rebel?
Of course. It is their animal nature. Violence is the only currency that motivates them. Like coin to you. If you really want to protect your African friends, spread the word. Quiet them down. Otherwise...
You need not describe. I know what you do.
Well, I could not raise a hand to hurt a fly. But the overseers have every right to discipline as they see fit.
It will not be necessary. I will deliver your message. The cost will be high.
We will both profit by it.
Is there any other service you require, Gouverneur?
Oh, an old man like me. I dare say Guzan has exhausted me already.
Then show yourself out.
Madame Joseph. Expecting a package.
It. But not you. Where's l'Admiral? I see. And do you mean for me to meet the same fate? Look around. One threat, and these men will end you.
I bring no threat. Tell me, how do the Templars allow you to carry on like this?
I am only the messenger. But before you judge, remember, the Templars' coin, like any, will buy the freedom of men like you. I know this mark.
You know nothing.
You have the brand of a slave, the eloquence of a scholar, hands of a sailor, and an assassin's hood. Few weapons. I think the storm stranded you. What do you need? A ship? Shelter? These things can be had for the price of this parcel.
I need nothing I can't win for myself. But prove that what you promise is true. And perhaps something can be arranged.
Is this your game? Very well. Then you will do me a favor. Augustin Dufort is a very secretive man. First find his plantation contact and give him this message from the gouverneur. Augustin will give you all the proof you need. Repeat this password. Sili patoto krabla va manger.
Sili padodo krabla va manger.
Pas mal. A convincing baritone. Now I suggest you leave before my admirers get suspicious.
It almost makes it seem as if Layla wasn't as high a priority as she let on, which kind of ruined the drive of the game a bit. That and by claiming the 7th person in a row for the direct murder of his son, lol. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, they might not have, directly been the one, but they're all part of the same kind of, like, group that supports one another in what they do as well. It's like a member of a gang who tries to feign that they had nothing to do with, the death of someone, in an example, and expect people to have sympathy for them, because they weren't the actual one that did it, but they're still supporting the people who do, kind of thing. Also, MGS Snake is Metal Gear Solid. When you die in Metal Gear Solid, usually the way it goes is one of the characters goes, Snake, 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 when you die.
Arrêtez! Please! Oh, I'll cut off your toes one by one! Thank you, God.
He's like, I'll cut your toes off one by one. And I'm like, here's a hidden blade to your crotch. Enjoy. Snake, oh, you never played. To be honest, it's been so long since you chose the user you don't remember the meaning. Oh, that's alright. That's fair enough. Snake, you followed 1st of June 2019. That feels ancient, oh my god. It's crazy how quickly time flies as well. And it seems so weird thinking about before 2020. Things that had come out in like 2017, 18 and 19.
Je ne vous ai jamais rien fait. Laissez-moi tranquille. Il va finir par blesser quelqu'un.
I love doing that. Just running up and being like, hey, have a hidden blade. There are missions too in this game where you have to liberate a certain amount of slaves before it lets you continue on as well. We already did the saving in this plantation, but we're going to do it again. Because it's all respawned since we did it last time. Hang on. Did it not remember that I've already done... Ah, no, this is a different one. This is a different one to what I did before. I was about to say, I was like, didn't the game remember I'd already done this one? But this is a different, whole different area. Tech, you ordered 5 tacos and paid their $5 for extra hot sauce. You just got 22 hot salsa containers, lol. 24 of them? Holy shit. That's a lot of salsa containers.
Plus un geste.
Ce sera difficile de convaincre cette mégère.
Toi là-bas.
Je n'ai rien à voir avec tout ça. Pitié, je n'ai rien fait de mal. Pitié, je n'ai rien fait de mal.
Snakey, I hope the next game is based in somewhere like the Horn of Africa, to be honest. There's a lot of history there they could work with. Plus, and geographically, it's close to the equator, so it could make for interesting Isu lore too. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something that I would like the series to do too, is go and tell stories in places and time periods that they haven't even touched yet. The thing about all the games in this series, like, there's never been a game in the series where when I've found out where it's set, I'm like, oh, it's set there, is it? Like every single game, no matter where it's been set, it's always been interesting to see where it is being set and, you know, the different locations and reading some of the history that they put in. Obviously, there's stuff that they have to put in that's fictional for the Assassin's Creed side of things, but...
You need to find a place to hide until nightfall.
Alright, so we unlock the smoke bomb pouch and the dart pouch. Yeah, snakes, you know, and it's really cool to see the differences as well. But yeah, there's definitely like time periods that they haven't covered yet. Some that I, you know, would have no idea about. Because there's so many skirmishes that happened throughout history that could have happened in between two major wars, and so the skirmish itself kind of gets forgotten. Or gets overshadowed by the major wars that happen around it. Snake, what if they make a game during the time of Indigenous Australians? Definitely wouldn't be against that either, for sure. That's another, you know, setting and time period too, because there's a lot of, you know, history there as well that they could cover in an Assassin's Creed game. Hey there, Anasune. How's things going?
The wise man is down that path.
Thank you, sister.
Anasune doing good. He just tried to crowd assassinate in Mirage, but with people in the way, it ended up as a normal attack. So he just ended up attacking civilians and getting caught instead. Classic sort of like moment where you just want to assassinate the target, but then the character's like, here's the sword, and just kills. It's definitely annoying when that happens, Anasune. I ended up changing what buttons do what a little bit. So I've made it that the assassinate button is separate to the light attack button. Hey, Hypnotic. You don't think the Salem Witch Trials would be big enough for a standalone AC game, but it could be an interesting DLC. Yeah. I mean, there was so many different ones that happened around the world. Like, there was witch hunts in Europe, like in England and in Germany and America as well. But yeah, I'm sort of curious what they're cooking up for that Hexa game.
Attrape-moi!
Okay, so this memory has optional objectives in it that I'm worried about for this playthrough. The only one, though, is perform an air assassination from a height of 10 meters. So we'll get that one right now. I think, anyway. Oh yeah, there we go. So the other optional objective, if I end up getting it, it's fine, but for this assassin focus, the only objective I'm worried about for this memory is the air assassination one that I just did. Anasune, there's something interesting you found is you can hold assassinate and Bazem will automatically assassinate guards when he gets close. That's interesting actually, because I know that when you do the pickpocketing, if you're close enough for the prompt to appear, but not yet right behind the target, if you press the button when the prompt appears at the earliest, Bazem will actually automatically, without you needing to move him, keep walking towards the target until you yourself decide to move him in a different direction, of course. But I like how they did that, because then it means that you don't have to worry about trying to stay close behind while you approach the target. You can just let the character themselves, once you press that button, actually go to the target.
Très bien. Coupez-lui la crête. Coupez-lui la route.
Anasune, yeah, you also like how they took the assassination thing from Valhalla and used it as a pickpocket system for Mirage. That's true, yeah. It's so funny, like, one of the Ubisoft Connect rewards or challenges in that game is to pickpocket 100 people, which I ended up getting because it gets kind of addictive in that game. What the fuck? I ended up getting that optional objective accidentally. As I said, if I get optional objectives in this playthrough that I wasn't worried about, it's fine. As long as the one that I was wanting to get is gotten. That's right, Anasune, yeah. Yeah, I've got about 90 points. So it'd be good to get the 100 so I can unlock it. Because the good thing is, it carries over across, like for example, anything that I get on the Xbox when playing a Assassin's Creed game, when it comes to the Ubisoft Connect, anything I have unlocked through Ubisoft Connect on my Xbox, when you connect to it from your PlayStation, you actually still, you don't have to do the reward thing, you don't have to do it twice, is what I'm getting at. So the good thing is about getting the trial, well, just getting 1 month subscription for Ubisoft Plus is that I can play that game on the Xbox off stream without paying $80 Australian for it to see if I like it. And then if I do like it, I've only paid a smaller amount to find out rather than a large amount. And anything that I unlock in terms of Ubisoft Connect through the Xbox, when I get the PlayStation version, I can just basically be rest assured that it'll carry across, because it's not the... Since Ubisoft Connect is the thing that connects both of them, it means that I don't have to worry about doing things twice over.
Do not let them escape. The river. Hurry before they bring more enemies.
What's that? Don't know, did you miss one? Row faster! Faster, idiot! This is as fast as I can go! Don't just sit there! Shoot him! Shoot him!
Alright, so Memory 3, the only optional objective I had to get was perform an air assassination from a height of 10 meters, but getting the other one too doesn't matter. But that wasn't the priority, but still, ended up getting it. You may have spoken on this before, but you do very much believe Ubisoft has an ace in the hole with the disbanding of the Templar Brotherhood and subsequent synchronized execution throughout the continent, a real event that took place on Friday the 13th simultaneously. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what's allowed them to have the Templars in their universe still go on beyond the time in real history where they actually were disbanded as well. And I like how Assassin's Creed Unity covers that event as well, where they are disbanded in the prologue. Snakes, when you try to buy Ubisoft Plus, they told you they only accept prepaid? Okay, that's weird. Phantom, can you imagine being on break, smoking a cigarette, and suddenly this 200-pound man drops on you and stabs you? I would say at that point the break is well and truly over. Understand, well, looks like there are already microtransactions. Looking back on it, it's Ubisoft, so why wouldn't there be? Oh, absolutely, understand. They're always going to have that, you know. Having a look at what they had on offer, you know, you got the standard sort of thing where it's like you got a couple of different gear packs. You got like certain weapons pack. You got like a map pack as well. Obviously, you can, you know, get the map pack if you want to get all the things unlocked on the map already, as in like icons and stuff and all that kind of thing. Different mounts and different skins for your eagle and all that kind of stuff.
Augustin, Dieu fort.
Blanc dit sans fait. Bon Dieu fait sans dit. The French governor is two-faced. Bastien helps as she can, but Maroon independence is long to build. Longer now. A warrior like you would be a great asset to our cause.
With due respect, I serve a different brotherhood, and am honor-bound to return as soon as I find the means.
But only the Iowa know when that will be. Meantime, I have sanctuary and weapons to share.
Perhaps our needs may align for a time. What do you need?
Recruits, liberated slaves. The warriors among them join me. The others grow the community for which we fight. Petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid.
I suppose I might lend a hand for a time.
Petit Baché. I will see that you are rewarded for whatever you can give. Best begin soon. There's much to do.
The blunderbuss. Love this weapon. Hey Game Fanatic, welcome on in. Surprised you're not playing Mirage. Not on stream, no. I'm actually playing a copy of it offline though, to see what it's like from start to finish. And if I like the story by the end of it, then I'll be streaming it. How's things going, game? Snake, it's crazy how Mirage isn't even a week old and has like 5 different skin packs. Yeah, I don't think there'll ever be a time where no game company ever has microtransactions ever again. Hey Keone, I hope things are going well. Anasune, really enjoyed the Infinity opening. Yeah, it's very brief narration at the start of the game before it goes into the past. So the intro is very brief with the present day stuff.
My thanks. Return anytime.
They do, game, yeah. Yeah, glad to hear that you're going well. Snake Horizon didn't it? Well, there you go. Might start a trend. I love using this weapon. Okay, so the next mission is locked because we need to rescue 20 Maroons before we can actually do it. Fast travel's unavailable. Fair enough. Thanks for leaving the lurk, Anasune.
don't know what you're doing! Stop! You will pay for this!
Ne le laissez pas respirer.
I like how those enemies just randomly spawned in.
Attrapez-le! Tu me fileras pas entre les doigts! Je vais t'arracher le foie! Bon sang, tu ne me fileras pas entre les doigts! Toi là. Arrête-toi! C'est à moi! I need my hand! Please! It hurts! Mama! You will be thanked greatly in time.
You deserve nothing less.
I do not think I can walk. God, protect this man.
Ne le perdez pas!
Halte, j'ai hâte de parler.
Fais voir ces traits! Ne le perdez pas de vue!
My savior.
Merci, mon Dieu.
Quelque chose?
Mal, ne bouge pas, dépêchez.
Laissez-moi en dehors de ça.
Vite!
Ne le perdez pas de vue.
Lord, watch over us. You are a hero.
You was sent by the Bondille.
Je t'en prie.
Charles. Très bien, ne bouge plus. Gardez le rythme. Bloquez-le.
My thanks. You are a good man.
Make your ancestors proud.
Tu seras puni pour
Disparaît! Rejeton de Satan!
Un pillard! Que quelqu'un l'arrête!
Alright, so we've earned some new pouches. So a smoke bomb pouch to increase the capacity for that, and same with the dart pouch as well for berserk and sleep darts. Tech, what time is 2100 EST for you, Rod? Your guess is morning. Yeah, that's in the morning, I think. No, that's in the evening.
You are wise, Captain. You never know what this cruel world has in store.
Beast, get back here!
Salut, de ma part.
I take it's 0441 here. How about you? It's about 7:42 p.m. What the hell? Spawning in enemies? That's bullshit. Definitely a fucking glitch. Oh, that's okay, Tech. That's no trouble at all. Snake, you assassinated your first order member. That was brutal. Well, that's good. Keep in mind, though, that I've only done a little bit of the game. I haven't done it all. And there's people watching who probably, if they are playing the game, might not have got up there yet. That would help, Rod. Need the key first.
Pouvoir nous échapper. Reviens, espèce de lâche. On l'a perdu, le misérable. On s'amusera un peu, comme on le fait d'habitude.
Tech, goodness me, 15 hours ahead of you, so 9 PM for you would be noon the next day for you, Shorklo. Yeah, it's definitely a big time zone difference. It's a lot of hours worth.
Il vaut mieux rentrer. Ne bouge plus!
Bon, on a besoin de nous ailleurs.
Bon, on reprend la patrouille.
Stay here. There are still a few guards in our way.
Arrête-toi!
Stay here while I see what's up ahead.
Tech, you're dozing as it is. Going to tap out before you pass out, lol. That's totally fair. Good night, boys. Great talk as always. Look forward to seeing your Outlast stream. Now you're trying to figure out if that's your Monday or or mine. Yeah. It might still be Sunday for you, maybe, when I'm doing that on Monday. But thanks for being here, Tech. I really hope you have a great rest as well. Would like to recommend people check out Tech's channel, doing a playthrough of Tomb Raider 3, Adventures of Lara Croft. That game celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. He's doing a playthrough of that, as well as the other main entries in the series. So he'll also be doing The Last Revelation, Chronicles, Angel of Darkness, Legend, Anniversary, Underworld, and the reboot trilogy, 2013 game Rise and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Highly recommend checking out his channel if you haven't before. And thanks again, dude, for being here. I hope you have a great rest as well. Definitely catch you again next time. Tech sounds daunting when you say it like that, but all true. Thanks again, good night. Yeah. Just a few games in the main entries. That's not even touching all the handheld versions that there were and all that kind of stuff. Side games and stuff. Spin-offs.
Be careful. Someone is bound to notice something different.
Stan, you killed all the guards in a restricted area stealthily, and Basim said so much so for staying hidden after the last guard. Yeah. Yeah, I like how he has different kinds of comments. Like, if there's 3 guards in an area, when you kill the third and final one, I like how he says a line of dialogue. Alright, so I've synchronized all the viewpoints in Port-au-Prince, and getting all the viewpoints synchronized is part of this DLC this playthrough as well. Might just grab this. I may as well grab these treasure chests while I'm here. I mean, it aids me with money, and that's going to come in handy for upgrading the ship. I'll need to get some materials together as well, of course, to upgrade the ship a little bit. Zen, don't know how much into the story, but from what you gather, you think you'll like it as well. Yeah, so far I've enjoyed the game. So Snakes, my top 3 are Assassin's Creed 2, Black Flag, and Origins.
Je vais t'arracher le foie.
Yours are the same, Stan? Cool. Snake, we have similar taste. Excellent. Of course, there's many games in the series I like. It's just very hard for me to try and go more in-depth in terms of ranking the games and choosing my top favorites. I forgot, I'm also reading Assassin-related database entries. Need to cover that for this DLC as well. Alright, so let's have a look now. Just need to go through here. Adewale. Born 1692, Trinidad, died unknown. Born to enslaved Ogoni parents in Yoruba, Adewale was sold to the owner of a prosperous plantation before his teens. He remained on this plantation working the fields until his mid-teens, always scheming of ways to escape his predicament, but uneasy with the prospect of living life as a fugitive. Then fortune struck, giving Adewale the sign he needed. At some point near his 16th birthday, a group of buccaneers raided the plantation, robbing it of raw cane, refined sugar, and as many reals as they could find. Seeing in this an opportunity, Adewale grabbed a crate of sugar and hauled it aboard one of the longboats the buccaneers had rowed ashore, but not before killing his master. Surprised to see a slave among them, the buccaneers were nevertheless thankful for the aid and welcomed Ade among them. Ade sailed with this first group of men for many years, quickly learning the ways of a seaman, greatly for the chance to develop his own skills and chase his own passions. And though his life among buccaneers was not free of the usual bigotry of the era, Ade found the prejudice to be more confrontational than restrictive. In 1715, misfortune struck a cruel blow when the ship Ade was aboard struck a shallow sandbar near the port of Havana. The buccaneers, mostly British at the time, tried desperately to free the trapped vessel, but after catching sight of an approaching Spanish galleon, abandoned ship only to be torn apart by schools of circling bull sharks. Ade made peace with his fate and stood his ground. Taken to Havana for questioning and inspection, Spanish authorities eventually decided to send Adewale to Spain, where they felt he would make an excellent interpreter, owing to his fluent command of Spanish, English, and French. Some weeks later, they loaded him onto one of the galleons that made up their perennial treasure convoy en route to Seville. Thanks in large part to a hurricane, however, that trip never took place. With the aid of a young Welsh pirate named Edward Kenway, Ade escaped the bilboes that bound him. Freeing more prisoners as they went, Ade and Edward commandeered a brigantine and set sail just in time to beat the worst of the storm. When the hurricane passed, Ade was free once more. From that point forward, Ade sailed as the quartermaster aboard Captain Edwade's ship, the Jackdaw. Operating out of Nassau for a time, they grew wealthy off their spoils and lived the lives they had always dreamed. But Ade was a man who valued the democratic ideals of this pirate community far above the spoils they acquired while living it. And as he saw Edward Kenway fall deeper and deeper into a spiral of selfish greed and pointless glory, he wondered if there wasn't a better alternative, a more noble cause he might adopt to suit his ideals. In 1720, these very ideals were put to the test when Captain Kenway sailed to a meeting with the notorious Bartholomew Roberts. Adewale had never trusted Roberts, and had hoped Edward might come to the same conclusion before it was too late. Unfortunately, Ade's instincts were correct. In Edward's absence, Roberts's enormous crew attacked the Jackdaw, hoping to subdue her. Ade took command of the brig and sailed her and her crew to safety, regretting the loss of his captain, but confident he had made the right decision. Some months later, Ade resolved to meet with Artabai at the assassin's village in Tulum. There he spoke at length with the old mentor, and asked him many questions about their order. After hearing answers that pleased him greatly, Ade joined the order, then set about devising a scheme to locate his old captain. Months later, Adewale and the assassins got word that Edward Kenway had been languishing for many months in a prison in Port Royal. They learned, too, that Mary Read and Anne Bonny had also been taken there. Ade and Artabai put a plan in motion to rescue them. After the escape, a tragic success, Ade returned the Jackdaw intact to Captain Kenway, and bade him visit the assassins as soon as he was able. For over 15 years, Adewale faithfully served the assassins, but in time he became increasingly troubled by memories of his past. In 1735, while performing a routine takedown of a Templar admiral off the coast of Saint Dominique, he was thrown overboard and washed ashore near Port-au-Prince. So there we go, that covers Adewale's life before Edward met him, bit of information during the time period of Black Flag, and then after and leading into this DLC. Stan, the overall experience improved for you after acquiring smoke bombs. You need to advance in the story a bit. Might be after second investigation you think. Yeah, smoke bombs definitely help a lot in the series. Augustin Dufour. He's not actually like an assassin per se, but I'm still going to read his journal entry. Or his bio, I mean. Born 1701, died unknown. Augustin Dufour was born into slavery in 1701, sold away from his mother, and passed from plantation to plantation as owners leapt at the chance to buy him cheaply, only to find him too thin and frail to be of much use. Changing hands so often gave Dufour an advantage. He learned the layouts, routines, and habits of plantations and their overseers across Saint-Dominique. He used this knowledge to plan a careful escape, and thus became one of the few child slaves to survive to adulthood. A deeply faithful man, Dufour was baptized Catholic in accordance with the rules of the Code Noir, but drew his spirituality from voodoo, and his strength from his unwavering drive for African independence in Saint-Dominique. In 1735, he was introduced to Adewale following a raid on his headquarters, and the two formed a loose partnership, exchanging strengths and ideas over the years that followed. Bastien Joseph, born 1690-something, near Port-au-Prince, died unknown. An intelligent, outwardly outgoing woman, Bastien Joseph had many acquaintances and few friends. Born free and raised by her mother, a prostitute at La Dame en Rose, Bastien Joseph made her first friends by selling glimpses of illicit acts to local children, but was shunned and labeled as morally corrupt as a young teenager. Choosing to avoid prostitution herself, Bastien learned to read, write, and manage financial affairs. In time, she became the brothel madam's indispensable right-hand woman. In this capacity, she bore witness to all the secret deal-making, political manipulation, and scandal among the brothel's patrons, and learned the true power of the Madame of La Dame en Rose. Engaged once, she ultimately avoided the altar, realizing it would deprive her of the freedom she had carefully cultivated for herself. She instead inherited the brothel following her mentor's death, and took private pleasure in seeing the bullies and hypocrites of her childhood become her paying patrons once more. In the successful business the previous Madame had built, Joseph saw potential for something more. Doubling her business, she then used the brothel to undertake two types of action on behalf of Maroons and enslaved Africans in Port-au-Prince. She used the proceeds to buy the freedom of slaves and used the confidential veil of the brothel itself, in tandem with her control over the women who worked there, to solicit political favors from powerful clients, including Governor de Fayette and the scientist Louis Gaudin. In 1735 she met Adewale for the first time, and the two became uneasy partners in helping Augustin Dufour and the Maroon cause. It does seem that a friendship developed between them, but it is unclear to what extent. I'll just mark off Pierre, Marquis de Fayette, Governor. Not going to read about his stuff. I'm going to leave reading other database entries in the main game and this DLC to another phase of celebrating the game's 10th anniversary. But there covers the assassin-related entries.
Laissez-moi! Arrête, attends, mon cercueil est prêt. Ne le laissez pas respirer.
I thought for sure I was dead.
You deserve to have a choice.
Every day, more slaves arrive.
Human cargo makes for lucrative trade. I once hoped men of education could be made to see the cost. The profit makes them ignorant.
With the right vessel, you could intercept the slave ships before they arrive. Or you would be free to leave. You have already paid more than your share to the Mawon of Saint-Domingue, and I am no master. I cannot choose for you. This brigantine could meet your needs if you could relieve it of its crew. Bastien has volunteered her woman to draw the men away. Or you could set this tower light to distract them.
Excellent options, all of them. What's this?
Firecrackers. Some of your recruits salvaged them. It's only right that you should use them.
Excellent.
Once you send me a signal, I will send our men to join you.
Alright, so this memory has optional objectives that I want to get.
Hey! Qui est là?
Which is both of them. Use Bastien's girls to distract the guards and distract 4 guards with firecrackers.
Allez, montre-toi. N'oublie pas de lire tout chercher.
qui est là?
C'était quoi ça? Tu ferais mieux de pas jouer au plus malin avec moi.
Qui est là?
C'était quoi ça?
Snake, oh damn, you only have the knives as of now. You know, it's so funny. With the exception of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, when I did a knives only challenge, under normal playthrough circumstances, without a challenge on top, I've probably used throwing knives the most in Mirage than I have in any Assassin's Creed game to date, because they're just something that I don't normally use that often. Like, maybe in Syndicate, in general playthroughs, I've used the throwing knives a lot, but at the very least, it's been a long time since a new Assassin's Creed game came out where I've actually used throwing knives a lot. Granted, that's obviously because that's a major kind of like thing, you know. There's no bow and arrows in the game, so it would make logical sense that throwing knives would be something that you would use. Yeah, they are snakes. Yeah, I imagine that they can be in so many different circumstances in the other games too. Hey there, Marco. I hope things are going well. I'm already playing it, but not on stream though. I won't actually stream the game until I've played it from start to finish. If I like the game by the end of the playthrough that I'm doing, then I'll definitely stream it.
What I wouldn't give to see it, Madame Gregor. Those ladies are top of the line.
Snakes played AC2 recently and those knives just don't want to aim. It's like, come on knives, jeez. Work with me, you know. Marco, things are going well. Just some school stuff going on. A practice thesis. I definitely imagine that has a lot of work involved with it. Hope that's going well though. Hopefully you end up getting a result that you like as well, that you want. Glad to hear that things are going good.
Quelle bonne idée.
Give them something to think about.
Weather? It's like doomsday out here.
You're telling me?
Seigneur, I thought the night shift would at least be pleasant. We take the Lord's name in vain at a time like this?
Marco, it's mostly just a crap ton of confusing wording and paperwork. Aside from that, it's easy, I'll know. The things, though, that you have to sort of like wrap your head around as well, and also keeping it all in memory. May as well get this final chest in Port-au-Prince. Hey there in a bear suit. It has been a century. It only feels like a few hours ago but it was a century ago. How was your rest, dude? I hope you got some good sleep.
Toi, une pièce. Toi, tu vas. J'ai dit de t'arrêter, mon gars. Tu ne nous auras pas contre... Il y a des blessés. Vite.
Vite.
C'est le poste de Jacques. Aidez-le. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Sa pauvre famille. Attends là. Restez sur ces traces. On va...
Not bad. On a best suit. Oh, that's good. It's a shame we didn't have like a lot of hours to get some good sleep with, but Freedom Cry is going really, really good. I've synchronized all the viewpoints in Port-au-Prince here, and just as an aside, even though I didn't need to do it, I got all the chests, which will be good because I need to upgrade the ship a little bit, so that'll be handy for the money side of things. This music in this game is so fun. I mean, yeah, it's a DLC, but sometimes I can't help but call it a game. But the music in this is amazing. And I like the different stages of the music in this memory as you get closer to getting to the top of the mast. Damn it. Didn't want to do that.
Allez, ne vous laissez pas distancer. Plus vite! Il faut pas le perdre!
I didn't want to do that either. The amount of times in these games where you want to run up where you're up to, and the game's like, no, you want the character to run past it.
Ne bouge plus! Les dernières paroles.
Vite, les gars! Oh, on va t'avoir! On va l'avoir, les consons! Il me filera pas entre les doigts!
Fuck Assassin's Creed Rogue for killing off such a great character. Okay, so this Memory 4 done. Optional objectives for this playthrough that I wanted to get ended up being all the ones for this memory. Use Bastienne's girls to distract the guards and distract 4 guards with firecrackers.
Augustin, I am surprised to see you here. Are you not needed in the headquarters?
I can train in order to take my place there. But when you are gone, who will captain this ship? You must teach me.
Aye, I will. But you must not call me captain. You are the leader of these men.
But you have earned the right. At sea, you will be my captain. How did you come by your knowledge of the sea, Ade?
It was my first true home. Buccaneers offered me my first glimpse of freedom, and I took it. I learned by observation.
They will not teach you.
Nor accepted me as their captain once I had proven myself. Only the assassins offered me real authority.
You were born in Trinidad?
Aye, on a plantation.
Are there not Maroons there who could use your help? I know we are not alone in Saint-Domingue to fight for independence.
There could well be. I have not returned to find out.
Hold them in! Get off the wind!
Anasune, welcome back. You just came across an enemy that's pretty hard. So there's this enemy where their armor blocks most of your strikes, so you can only kill them by attacking from behind or depleting the defense bar and counter-killing them. They'll do heavy attacks most of the time, but occasionally they'll do a normal attack. Thing is, their attacks are so fast that by the time that you can tell if it's parryable, muscle memory has already set in, so you miss your chance to parry him. Oh yeah. Yes, it can be tough too when you have multiple enemies attacking you at the same time, and one has a move that can be parried and the other has one that can't be. So you go to strike, of course, after the parry, and then the other dude can come in and kill you or hit you, and then, you know, if you got 3 enemies or 4, you're pretty much done for.
I have a few... Later, perhaps.
Alright, we don't have any materials yet to get other upgrades, but let's upgrade the round shot. Upgrade the heavy shot. Ironclad ram, we earn that. Not that far off from earning that, so that's good. And I'll wait until we have some materials for other stuff. Let's see, hull armor, 5,000 reals, 400 progress, further main story to unlock that upgrade. That's fair enough. Okay, 200 of wood and 150 of metal.
Is there something I can assist you with?
Captain has the helm!
Men's out! Let's go!
Loose sail! Put out all she'll take, sailor!
Fire!
On your mark, Captain!
Douse the royals and tops! All sail! She'll take it! Fire!
Ready, Captain!
Ease off the wind! Let out some sail! Shorten sail! Get off the squall!
You don't surrender when you have the chance!
Bring the fight to them, sailor!
There is an arm and a bear suit for the DLC, no. They took that part out of it.
We've taken materials a deal for...
Close down! Catch some wind! Douse the gallants and royals!
Weakest right there!
Fire! Get the mains free!
to bark, Captain!
Bring the fighting out, sailor! Beat
The dude just puts his butt in Adewale's face while he's trying to shoot. Wasn't expecting that. Holy shit. Hey there, Dragon God. Welcome on in. How's it going? Yeah, standing I'm in a bear suit. It's like... I'm trying to shoot the cannon here. He did stand, yeah. Yeah, he wanted to twerk on the cannon. Oh, that's great, Dragon God. I'm glad to hear that you're going good. As for me, I'm going well.
Loose and trim too!
In this game at the moment, we're just getting materials to get the hull armor upgraded a little bit. Hey there, Cake. We are indeed, yeah. Phase 4 of
Pirate hunter!
celebrating Black Flag's 10th anniversary and including the DLC in this one.
Fire! Fire! They've hit us! Fire! There, Captain! Fire! Douse all but men! There! Loose all! Douse the royals and tops! As much sail as you can! Reef the topsails and gallants! Get the mainsails into the wind! It's all on, sailor!
Yeah, Cake, I've been playing it off stream. I got it through Ubisoft Plus on the Xbox because PlayStation can't access Ubisoft Plus, and I wanted to play it from start to finish without having paid money for the full price for the game to find out. But I'm enjoying it so far. So the chances are I'll get it for the PlayStation and stream it. But I'm not 100% decided yet.
Join us or die.
If I do like it from start to finish, I'm going to, of course, add it as my annual playthrough series as well. Which, if I do enjoy it, I will classify it as an annual playthrough when I stream it.
Ease off the wind! Loose and catch the wind! Fire! Ah!
cannon ready!
Fire! We've been hit! Fire! Fire! All in the stunsails! Take the shot! Launching!
As much sail as you can!
Alright, so I think we have enough wood materials to get the hull upgraded. We just need to get 200 metal. We've got 165. Nice name for a ship. Bourbon. And on that ship, the favourite sea shanty is Drunken Sailor. You even get live performances of literal drunken sailors while singing it too. What the fuck? The glitches that I've seen in this PlayStation version that I never saw in the Xbox version, which I played for years. So funny. Alright, sell off the rum that we don't need for upgrading stuff. Ah, no, it was 150 metal and it was 200 wood supplies. Ah, well that works out well because the slave ship that we'll be dealing with will allow us to unlock another tool upgrade. And I'll have to come back into the captain's cabin to access that anyway.
Captain's at the helm.
Men's out! Let's go!
Aloft, men! Loose the royals!
Almost
Keep
ready,
your
Captain.
distance.
Ready to fire, Captain.
Shorten sail! Get off the squall! Fire!
You'll founder the ship by the water. There, cannon!
Fire! Fire! Top! Gallant! Royal stop!
There, Captain.
Fire! Close down! Catch some wind! Fire!
Working on it.
Fire! They're firing a volley!
They put some iron in us,
will
but
take
nothing
time.
better.
Fire!
Captain, a well-placed shot
Fire!
there.
Douse all but
Their
this!
spar exposed. Get the shot, Captain. Ready to fire. And ready! Arrachez le poids. Empêchez le tir.
One step.
Fire! Fire!
Would finish her. Awaiting order.
Fire!
Right there. Take the prize, quick and bloody.
Defend up for all your weapons! Will you sign on, brothers?
Tumble up.
Get the mains free!
All hands.
Fire!
Look, Captain, a well
Fire!
shot there. On your mark, Captain.
Fire!
Their saw exposed.
Fire!
Get the shot, Captain.
Fire!
There, a good shot could kill
Fire!
her.
Trim the yards off the wind! Hold down! Hold down!
That would put the nubbin.
Loose mainsails! Loose all and trim... Every last scrap of duck on the wind!
Sails loose.
Douse all but mains!
Furl the main.
Hey, Alessandra.
Main-
How's things going?
Douse the gallants and royals!
Not on stream, no. I actually do have a copy of it on the Xbox that I got through Ubisoft Plus. So I'm playing it off stream from start to finish to see if I like the game, and if I do, after I finish it, then I'll do a stream of it when I get the PlayStation version.
Loose and trim too!
Stun sails! Ride the wind!
It's over now. You can go.
Alright, so we unlock the Ironclad Ram, the Blunderbuss ammo pouch, and the Firecracker bag. And resistance rewards give you bonuses for stuff as well. Alessandra, it's not for you to play. So why is that? What's about it that you don't like? Hey there, Sheila. Welcome on in. It's going good, thank you. Things are going well. Going through the DLC of this amazing game. Freedom Cry is definitely a great DLC. I really enjoy it. How's things going with you, Sheila?
Unfurl mains! Let's move! We've taken materials a deal for upgrading the ship.
Up!
Now we have enough to upgrade the hull.
Anchor!
Whoa! Haven't seen this glitch before. The PlayStation version never fails of these games to provide glitches I've never seen.
How can I help?
Oh, that's good, Sheila. I'm glad that you're going well. Alright, hull armor. Upgrade that. We earned the Ironclad Ram, so we'll be able to equip that. Alright, let's upgrade the mortar shot. That'll be good. Upgrade the round shot again. Got plenty of money for Adewale to do that. Same with the heavy shot. Alright, so I think for the rest of the playthrough of Freedom Cry, I don't need to worry necessarily about this, but if we get enough materials in the future to actually get more, then I will. But that's that done for now. All full of ammo.
Excellent. Good day.
I see you didn't get it out of the glitch. Huh. Alright, pouches. Earned the firecracker upgrade for the bag of it and blunderbuss ammo.
You are wise. My thanks and good luck.
Classic. It got to a point in the series where the developers on purpose made it that the starting position, once you fast travel to a viewpoint, the direction that you're facing is not where the haystack's going to be.
Several of our outgoing cargo vessels have been captured and plundered, leaving Candleman. An expedition has been sent to recover our stolen...
Il souffre.
Please!
Monsieur Adwele, the Mayon cause has made an ally of you. Augustin speaks highly of your help.
I do not know how much longer I'll be able to continue, but the Maroons are outstanding warriors. Augustin has provided me with everything I might need to get by until I return to my brothers.
I believe you owe me a parcel then.
Let me hold it a while longer, for safekeeping.
You are not a man of your word.
My word was perhaps. It stands.
How little you must think of me.
On the contrary, you have maintained your freedom among the French by the deft handling of your indispensable business. I respect you highly, but would be a fool to trust anyone so clever so soon.
What a keen eye and sweet tongue you have. Since you cannot provide me with the one thing I truly desire, I hope to compel you to demonstrate some respect by some other means.
I would consider it.
I need a careful and observant man to investigate the gouverneur. I must know what distracts him, and why he enforces the Code Noir ever more strictly. The lives of the slaves depend on it.
I share your curiosity. I'll pay you this favor for the slaves.
Perhaps there is some honor in you yet. You will need a disguise. Please, change into these.
Chiller, that reminds you of the viewpoint trees in the Frontier in AC3. You don't want to know how many times you jumped into certain death. Yeah, those can be very tricky to figure out where the friggin' haystack is, because you're so high up as well. And there's been a lot of times in that game where I've done that as well.
A slave's rags. What do you mean by this indignity? Do you mean to see me recaptured?
Indignity? Do you hold your enslaved brothers in such low esteem?
Do you hold any man in high esteem? Or are we all pawns to you?
Ha! You should be so lucky. There is no trick. It is only that, well, the Gouverneur de Fayette will host a soirée soon. And imagine, I am not invited. The excess of the occasion calls for an abundance of supplies to be delivered to his mansion. With your crate, you will blend in with the men delivering the goods. Once on the grounds, you can spy on the good Gouverneur.
Will the overseers not notice one man extra? Or are you simply unconcerned for my well-being?
I've never met an overseer who could tell two slaves apart. Nevertheless, be careful. I sense you are as bright as you are strong. You will figure it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Here they come. Join the line. Be careful.
What's going on back there? Fall in line!
Who are you? A friend. This is a joke to you. No. You will get us all killed. Shh. Another fete for the pig? Shh. You are too complacent.
Excellent. Put the crates down there, cher messieurs. All right, enough socializing. Back to work. The grounds must be fit for a king when my guests arrive. Lazy bastards. Both of them should be whipped. I'm a prince, you realize? I'm a prince for putting up with it.
How about we take that whip, wrap it around your fucking neck.
Ah, my feet hurt.
What good is complaining?
I will remember you said that.
Quiet now.
Friend, does the guard change often?
As often as night moves today.
Thank you.
If you are a friend, prove it, blah.
Alright, so the optional objective that I chose that I had to do for this playthrough, for this memory, is kill the overseer who led the slaves.
I hate the night shift.
I've been assigned to it 3 times this week.
Pray that doesn't happen to me. At that rate, you will be stuck here forever.
I used to think the governor's mansion would be interesting, at least. I never overhear anything good.
Ne fais ça pas, chien. Il va falloir que je te cogne pour que tu comprennes.
What do you think they are talking about in there?
Dieu seul le sait. But I hope it's something exciting.
You are right.
Et ta voix.
Expedition we got more than our initial calculations suggested.
I heard you gave Bastian's girl a jewel worth more than half the fleet. Does this account for the missing funds?
My own business.
What happened to the funds I released last month?
Well, the science of navigation is expensive.
I dare say it is. If you measure every fathom in perfume and silk.
If no suitable Spanish vessel is available, could we not use a French ship?
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot...
On a perdu ce retour.
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot afford any suspicion of smuggling.
Your name. If no suitable Spanish vessel is available, could we not use a French ship?
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot afford any suspicion of smuggling.
Your name will go down in history with mine if you supply the funds and the ship.
Thank you for the offer, but I have an expensive colony to govern.
With the volume of slaves you import, I'd have thought you'd have gold to spare.
Even free labor is not free, my friend. Slaves are expensive to replace. The poor beasts expire before they can reproduce.
Even your slave ships would benefit from improved navigation. Fewer accidents.
Now that is interesting.
Alright, so I want to liberate the slaves from the barracks as part of the goal of this playthrough, for this phase of celebrating the game's 10th anniversary.
You want to fight, do you?
No, sir.
Come on, it's quoi là-bas? Halt! Je l'ai trouvé! Là!
Voilà.
Halt! Où est-ce que tu crois aller comme ça? Une vie toute retraite.
Good, so it won't sink us after we've done that part. Hey there, Senny. Good day to you as well, dude. Welcome on in. Yeah, Black Flag is going great. How's things going with you today, dude? This game's going well. I've got the ship upgraded enough to get through the DLC and just doing the optional objectives that I felt were the most assassin-like. But if I get the other ones too, it doesn't matter. And also reading database entries again for assassin-related ones. Speaking of which, need to keep an eye on that. Alright, no new assassin-related database entries.
Alors, what have you learned?
The governor is overconfident. Despite his guard, I could have ended him with my bare hands. He would have deserved it. What makes you believe you need him?
I keep my friends close, and my enemies closer. Which camp are you in? Will you tell me what you have learned? Who distracts him?
A bold-faced scientist, Godin, hounds the governor for funds. Something about an expedition, navigational secrets.
Why is this the first time I hear of him? Is my whole network turned against me? Does the harbor master think I give him my best girls out of kindness?
Do you wish me to investigate further? I admit, as a man of the sea, the science of navigation intrigues me.
No. Yes. I don't know. As you wish, but leave me, I must think.
Alright, so the optional objectives that I chose to do for this Phase 4 Assassin Focus for this DLC have been done.
Come back right now. So help me, I will. N'échappera pas. Ça va tous les gens. You want? We'll get you. Help me! S'il vous plaît! Stop! Fuel this! I can't speak much more. I beg you for mercy.
It's like, you'll be what?
I don't think I can walk.
Okay, before I actually start this memory, what I might do is take a break, and then when I come back, continue on, and then that way I'll just be able to keep going all the way through until I finish it. Still got a few memories to do. There's about 9 in total. We're up to memory 6 at the moment. I'll just leave it on this screen and I'll be back. Pin that to the top of chat. So I'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Alrighty then, back from our break. Having a long one will be good because there's still a bit to do. This next memory has some optional objectives where you have to do all 5 investigations, which can be a damn friggin' pain to get done. And I'm doing those optional objectives for this playthrough, so this memory could take a little bit to get it finished. There's about 5 memories left in the DLC. Thanks for the welcome back, Brutus, as well for the enjoy your break message as well. And I am back, Stan. Welcome back. Thank you so much, Sheila, for the welcome back as well. Hey there, Lucinda. Good morning. How's things going for you today? As for me, things are going well. Just got back from a break. Going to be doing the rest of this DLC now. But it's been going pretty good. Thanks for the welcome back, Snakes. A scientific inquiry.
Bastien, I fear we lost you to the bitterness of depression.
Never. Those arrogant men cannot cut me out of my own network. The cost is too great for the slaves.
And for your pride.
What does it matter? So long as I work for their freedom.
Whatever has inspired it, I'm glad to hear the fight back in your voice. How can I help?
The scientist, Godin. What is his full purpose here? Can you find that out?
Whatever secrets he carries, I will uncover.
Start with the harbor master. He sees everyone who comes and goes. He should have kept me informed.
Investigations. Listen, the things have been going good. You're nice and rested today after a day off work, getting ready to run your morning errands soon. Well, that's great as well. Glad to hear that you're nice and rested. That sounds awesome. Snakes, the woman is so pretty. That's Bastien. I'm pretty sure that her and Adewale actually have a child together. Eventually. Lucinda, or should I say, Adewale. Yeah, so this takes place in 1735, I think it said. About 15 years after the ending of Black Flag. Yeah, 1735.
Some citizens of Port-au-Prince have been cited aiding illegal slave activity. If you know of
C'est mon dernier avertissement. Tiens-toi, ou je t'envoie au purgatoire.
Il n'aime pas ceux qui se montrent trop empressés. La sœur reste son petit ange, même si elle a 30 ans.
Le gouverneur de Fayette requests that Monsieur Godin's geodesic expedition be equipped with every resource it demands. The perfume is rather unusual. Monsieur Godin requires, for reasons of science...
Of course, every man and his fucking dog is just like, let's go into the same fucking spot.
Dernier avertissement, tu entends? Il n'y a rien à voir. Attends. Tu n'as pas compris? Reviens ici. Oui, raccroche mes outils. Nous avons une affaire qui regroupe plusieurs officiers de garnison.
Va jouer ailleurs. Va jouer ailleurs. Tu es sourd? Il n'y a rien qui t'intéresse ici. Ça n'en vaut pas la peine. Reviens ici, fils de chien!
The Gouverneur de Fayette requests that Monsieur Gaudin's geodesic expedition be equipped with every resource it demands. The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur...
Mieux vaut l'écouter, mon gars.
What the hell?
Laissons tomber. Il est reparti dans son terrier.
The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Gaudin requires, for reasons of scientific record keeping, 3 literate slaves.
Who would have taught them? The Code Noir prohibits...
Perhaps among your house slaves, such a worker exists? You may communicate it privately. There is a reward.
But what will they do?
Take notes, I suppose?
Can none of the French scientists take notes?
Not if they are to carry equipment at the same time.
Sorry, Lucinda, I missed your message because the chat went off for me. So where is Edward at this time about? Yeah, so unfortunately the Templar scum killed Edward by this time. Yeah, I had to go to your message history to actually see it. Alright, so normally I wouldn't worry about all 5 investigations, but for the type of playthrough it is, and the type of optional objectives these are, I feel these are something that, as an assassin Adewale would do, he'd do all 5 investigations to get as much info as possible.
That pouch must be important.
Alright, let's race ya.
Spain continues to insist the expedition wait for a Spanish ship. But we are allies now. Can they not be persuaded to allow a single French vessel passage in the name of science? We are, after all, allowing Spanish chaperones on board. Signed, Louis Godin. He does not realize the risks of this voyage.
Listen to swimming ahead of him. Yeah. Yeah, I love it when you can sort of like anticipate where an enemy's going to go and then just be like waiting for them like, hey, like the Roadrunner running ahead. Sheila, are we allowed to talk about Jenny's fate? Oh yeah, Sheila, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely can.
Tout ce que vous cherchez, c'est ici que vous le trouverez. Ça, c'est la paix. Aujourd'hui, vous
On a perdu ce vautour. Laissons tomber. Il est reparti.
I like that. Put a hiding spot on the roof near a guard that can't even be lured by a whistle.
What do you want?
Strange time to be delivering a message. Does it by any chance concern the expedition that's leaving shortly?
Who are you to care?
Tell me what you know, or I will wring it out of you.
No! Very well. The governor wanted me to tell the harbor master to allow a French ship to be sent, rather than a Spanish one, on the condition that certain goods be transported as a special favor.
The expedition will also be used for smuggling.
Well, I wouldn't say it so plainly, but...
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, Lucinda. How'd those bushes get up there? Who actually decided to grow them up there? They're just like, oh well, this seems like as good a spot as any.
You. Hey! I know you. You're the one with the ghost ship? I have a job for you. I sense you're looking for information. Meanwhile, I have information.
And I'm sure you have some condition for giving it.
Yeah. My rival uses slaves to fish 3 times my haul. If they were freed, the slaves that is, I would be so relieved. For their health, of course.
Of course. Consider it done.
The one that I find the most annoying to do is the tailing one, where you have to keep in range of the eavesdrop targets while they move through areas. That's the most annoying investigation. I mean, there's others that can be annoying that I find. Like this one I'm about to do can be annoying. Yeah, Lucinda, for their health, of course. He's definitely very concerned about their health, and in no way is he only concerned about the profits that he will get if his competitors' slaves are freed.
The most stock at the lowest price.
L'Europe et les mystères de l'Afrique. Le tout à un prix dérisoire.
Je prie mes enfants pour vous offrir de cet avertissement. Dernier avertissement à l'équipe. Tout ce que je vends est neuf et sans défaut. La presque steady. On sait qu'il ne sera pas prêt d'oublier. Je vous les offre pour une bagatelle.
Si je...
Nous avons beaucoup de chance d'avoir un gouverneur aussi avisé. Sans lui, nous serions tous perdus. pas avoir été...
Dieu des sarrés!
On le pendra une autre fois.
Si vous avez l'occasion, tirez! Allez, sur lui! Tu crois vraiment qu'on ne t'attrapera pas, hein? Là, sur lui! Ah, maintenant, il va crever!
That's okay, Schiller. I hope you enjoy your football match that you're going to be watching. Thank you so much for joining and chatting for a bit. Would like to highly recommend people check out Schiller Locke's channel if you haven't before. They're playing through Assassin's Creed Mirage, which came out recently. That's the latest game in the main entries. Is a big fan of Assassin's Creed, so you'll find a lot of Assassin's Creed games being played. Is also a fan of games like GTA 5. Did a playthrough of that recently. And also a fan of Dark Pictures horror games, an anthology series of games. The most recent one is The Devil in Me. He was doing a playthrough of House of Ashes, which is the third one in that anthology series. So highly recommend, a great streamer. Great community and great with chat as well.
Our recent pirate threat has decreased slightly over the past few days.
You will want to bet on this one, monsieur.
Everyone is perfect for field work.
Don't want to pass this one up.
Ce que tu cherches, je
Tout ce
l'ai
que je vends
ici.
est neuf et sans défaut de
Thank you
fabrication.
kindly.
I did not do it for kindness. The information now. Out with it.
Ah, yes. The Harbor Master is stockpiling too much cargo for a simple expedition. Too much cargo, not enough cannons to protect it. Can only mean one thing. Smuggling.
Thank you.
Smuggling. Smuggle. Smuggling. Smuggler. Smuggler. Lucinda, I don't know if you did you do the Templar Hunts? Because there's that funny conversation that the two dudes have in one of them about the smuggling operation that they're working on. Oh, you only did the first one? Oh, I see. Yeah, there's actually a couple of characters who are talking about the smuggling operation that they're doing, and then they have a conversation about how funny the word smuggle actually sounds like. And they say, like, smuggle, smuggling, kind of thing.
Only the...
Fine bunch here, messieurs.
Good to hear. These beasts are in perfect physical condition. These slaves are the best of the bunch.
Over the past week, the city of
Quality here have not seen a lot this good in ages.
at the Durand plantation. The issue was wrongfully taken to court a few days ago, but justice was served regardless. To clarify matters, the rope slave Durand suffered in a fit of hysteria and has been...
Listen, you're wondering where that came from. You've heard me and Cook are joking about it. Yeah. Yeah, whenever I see the word smuggle or smuggling or smuggler, I just can't help but think about it.
as a litigant or defendant. Hopefully this friendly reminder will prevent needless
Arrête-toi.
In the future.
Once the circumference of the Earth is known, we may navigate more precisely and better anticipate the position of the enemy. We will require fewer ships because we will lose fewer ships. Our cannons will aim true, and commercially, well, you know how it is with pirates and slave ships. We can put an end to nonsense by supporting this expedition. Signed, Gouverneur de Fayet. There is much at stake here.
Alright, so I'm leaving the investigation I hate the most for last.
Je me demande toujours d'où il quelle vigueur. J'espère être comme lui à son âge. Ah, c'est un beau brin.
In the territory of Quito, the mountains and plains will favorize our triangulations. Our measurements will allow us to know the exact shape of the Earth.
Egg, oval, or globe?
That is the question. With this knowledge, France and Spain will have the privilege of navigational precision.
Won't the Spanish then have too great an advantage at war?
It was the only way to gain access to Quito.
They're always one step ahead.
Now that we are allies, perhaps we will walk together.
Perhaps. Still, I'm surprised they're allowing your expedition through. Are they not worried about smuggling?
Oh, probably, but for all their military might, they're not as strong as we are in the sciences.
They need you, then.
And they are sending us a couple of chaperones. Have you met Antonio de Ulloa yet? I hear he's quite the prodigy.
Not yet. I'm sure it will be a great pleasure.
Alright. Complete all investigations. Do not kill anyone while investigating.
Will be brought to a halt. Regular activity.
Worth your money, gentlemen. Good-looking group.
We only sell the best.
Plus un geste.
Only the best
Un esclave qui s'enfuit.
Thanks for the GGs, Lucinda.
Quoi là-bas? Une de ces bêtes est en fuite. Rattrapez-le.
That one can be the most annoying. Especially too if you're trying to get down